Donald Trump meeting with Texas Congressman Jeb Hensarling today as lawmakers are proposing a GOP overhaul of Dodd-Frank. Market watcher Michael Block on the importance of this meeting. Michael, you know, the public hears Dodd-Frank all the time. I don't think a lot of people realize it's still not even complete yet, but it's had a major impact on our lives.
It's not complete yet, and the problem is the people trying to enforce the regulations don't really understand the business. They never have, they never will, and they're trying to impose things. I think what's going on is there's a bit of a backlash going on. It's not because suddenly people would like to see Wall Street make a lot of money. Yay, we love Wall Street. The backlash is there. But suddenly people within the government, the same folks who are out there saying, we're going to raise $10 trillion, are realizing that if they're going to raise that money, they need liquidity to trade their precious bonds. And they're realizing that with Wall Street being stepped on by Volcker, by Dodd-Frank, maybe they need to let loose a little bit and let the liquidity come back, because it's not here.
Is there a happy medium for someone like you? In other words, should the banks separate operations? You know, should their risk be anywhere associated or influence? Could it work and influence even the commercial side of business? Those kind of things. Would you look at that, something like that?
Hey, look, I'm Mike Block from Rhino Trading. I am the one who knocks Charles. I'm the guy who breaks, the iconoclast, the guy who breaks through and says, you don't need the big guys, you need the little guys who are going to pay attention and give you a different point of view. And that's what I do all day.
Right.
So
all you needed was give them a website, but we'll do that next time.
So we'll do that. Yeah, thank you. But the point is this: it's like creative destruction, as Joseph Schumpeter might have said. How do businesses evolve? Right now, evolution is being thwarted here because we don't know what the next innovations to make life better is. I talked about how liquidity is not good for trading bonds. Let me take it a step further. What about everyone's 401ks and pensions? In terms of their money managers getting them the best price for stocks, they can't anymore because the natural liquidity providers, the big banks, aren't there. So maybe Congressman Hensarling's onto something. The question is, will the public accept it, and will they allow it?
And yet, earlier today, Elizabeth Warren was out with scathing tweets about Hensarling and the proposals of the cold-hearted Republicans and the risk that they want to put back into the system.
Oh, those cold-hearted Republicans who are saying, raise the capital buffer and then loosen the laws. So like I said, there can be better liquidity in these markets to help all investors, including you, Senator Warren, including everyone else out there, including your constituents who are invested in markets. I mean, people don't get that. There's a middle ground here. If she doesn't want to meet in the middle ground, she can get left behind, or she can hold her breath till she turns blue, for all I care.
What's the impact that it's having on people getting loans for homes to start businesses? Because I think when you talk Main Street, it feels like this is where it's really having a major impact.
Banks are extending loans. The question is what it is. I will say commercial.
But they're doing it very slowly, right? I mean,
commercial and industrial loans are growing. You know what's growing a lot, though? Credit card debt. And today we're going to get the April consumer credit reading at April. That March reading scared the daylights out of me, Charles, because you had that, and then what happened? We have this lower job growth. I would say that initial jobless claims are going. So let's do the math here. Less job creation, higher credit card balances. Sooner or later, this has to get paid off, and it's not going to get paid off if this stays small.
The Fed, though, would say that was just the start of the virtuous cycle, that people are feeling great, and they're going out and they're spending money that they have or they don't have. That was their goal in the first place.
Well, great. What happened with that jobs number? What's going to happen next? Why is consumer credit ballooning? Is it good? Let me tell you a story. I moved into my current house a little less than 5 years ago. The folks who lived there before, they have kids who are starting college. Guess what they get in mail every day? Credit card applications. Going to their old address because the credit card companies are all aggressively going after this.
Right.
How is that going to end well? I'm not saying that you go run to the hills on this now, but eventually that ends badly. Yeah. This is the next.
I like that you brought that up. This is a number people don't look at, but that last one was the highest number in a long time. So I'll be watching with you. Thanks a lot, buddy. Appreciate it.